computer. Right. Hi, Annick. Gosh, it's been a while, hasn't it? I think the last time we saw each other was at the retreat back in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you been anyway since the retreat? What are you?
So it's been a journey. I think going to the retreat was an incredible experience for myself, because I was literally at the beginning of my journey at that point. I had separated from my husband in February of that year. He had moved out in June, and I went on the retreat in October. And so I was probably really at quite a low when I came onto the retreat. And it gave me, it gave me things that I was looking for. I was already on this path of meditation and healing, but being in a group with other people who had going through divorces or losing their loved ones, bereavements, was an incredibly an amazing experience, in that you felt that you were part of a group and that you shared the same pain and the same feelings of hurt and disillusionment and a lot of negative feelings. So it was amazing that you could all be together and you could share the experience together. But having done the 3 nights that we were there for, I came away just feeling so much more positive and so much more knowing what I wanted to do with my life.
Right. Okay. And how are you? I know you've got kids, haven't you? How many kids do you have?
I have 3. Yeah, 21, 17, and 12.
Okay. So how were they when you were breaking up with your husband? How did they take it? And how?
So it was probably easier for the older children, because they had seen that we had been unhappy for a while and that we weren't acting like, a happy married couple. And so they could see that there were problems in the marriage. But for my 12-year-old, it was really heartbreaking for her, because she didn't know that there were. We weren't the type of couple that argued. For example, we were more the silent couple. And so for her, it was a shock.
Right. Yeah. I mean, thankfully my kids were, Suki was 15 at the time when I was going through my breakup, and it was heartbreaking for both of them. Like Rafi was 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when they get to a certain age, they're just like, they just want us to be happy, don't they? So, it's important to kind of like, I don't, obviously when kids are young, you tend to want to stay in an unhappy marriage just to please the kids. But in the end, what we end up doing is really hurting them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so they're at a good place now, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all in a really good place. We've all grown together, which has been really amazing. And I think it's just that the kids know that there's still safety, that they're safe. Yeah. I think that's really important, that they're safe and that they're loved, and that the change is happening. It's change for a good reason. It's change for something exciting happening and something positive, and not dwelling too much on what has been, and more about what's going and coming forward.
You sound so positive. I mean, it's so nice to hear you sound really positive. I mean, it hasn't been that long, has it really? When you think it's less than a year, we're in August now. Obviously we still speak to the group on we've got that WhatsApp group, but is there anybody else that you're speaking to on a regular basis?
Not so much anymore. It was more, I was speaking to Helen and I was speaking to Naz, and who else? I can't remember. Janie a little bit. But it sort of drifted off a little bit more now. I suppose perhaps as we're feeling a little bit more settled and a little bit more sure of ourselves and where we're at, that it's calmed down a little bit. But it was definitely very much so when we, for the first sort of 6 months after we left.
Yeah, it was a great support, wasn't it? We kind of like, supported one another, and then we had the lockdown, and but I know you know this, but so last week on Wednesday, a few of us met up. Finally, we've been wanting to do this for so long, and we met up at a pub in Chiswick, and it was so lovely. It was such a beautiful day. Janie was there. Unfortunately, Adam couldn't come along because he had COVID. Anita, Michael was there, and also Joey. It was lovely to see Joey. Joey's really happy at the moment. It was really lovely to see her.
Good.
Same with Jane. They both seem to be in a really, really good place, which
Good.
I'm very pleased about. So, I mean, what do you feel that you got most out of the retreat?
A sense of not being alone.
Right.
Was probably the hugest thing that I took away with me. The fact that I could rely on these new friends, and they definitely became friends because, you know, we did arrive as strangers, but we definitely left as friends. And it was a feeling that you weren't alone, that you had the support. You know, you obviously, you were incredible. You led us all through it. And, you know, having these meditation sessions and healing sessions with,
the Healing Heather,
Healing Heather was absolutely incredible, and actually giving us all the opportunity to start feeling our emotions. I know that I'd shut down for a long time. I had become invisible, and it was an opportunity to start releasing, you know, suppressed emotions, which for me was huge because that starts your healing journey.